The chairman of Abu Dhabi Department of Economic Development says the COVID pandemic has clouded the economic outlook for both the medium and the long term. But he's optimistic that the measures the UAE government will help the nation to emerge from the crisis. Mohammed Ali Alshorafa spoke to Bloomberg's Zainab Fattah.
Obviously, the economic growth in 2020 is subject to a lot of uncertainties, not only in Abu Dhabi, but also worldwide due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The virus has brought major economic disruption and a lot of challenges and clouding the economic outlook in both medium and long-term aspects. But when you look at the global economy, we illustrate the size of the disruption through the different travel restrictions are hitting aviation, tourism. Social distancing is also expected to reduce a lot of the domestic consumptions in most countries. Obviously, the global slowdown and disruptions in the supply chains were heavily hit. Domestic measures, on the other hand, contain rapid spread of the pandemic. Obviously compounding with the different pricing of the oil prices and pushed a lot of markets to recessions. But on the local side, I think Abu Dhabi governments continue to provide a lot of reliefs to the people and business in the coronavirus crisis by initiating a lot of programs, reducing costs, easing investment laws, and reviewing regulations and stimulating the economy.
When do you expect Abu Dhabi to fully reopen? Because right now we see a cautious approach in Abu Dhabi continuing.
Well, I think Abu Dhabi have taken a cautious approach, you're right, and I think this is the right approach going forward. Everybody is in uncharted water. I think the improvements that happened within the healthcare sector in Abu Dhabi have helped a lot, to be honest with you, either from the testing facilities that Abu Dhabi have implemented, and this has helped a lot in giving us a positive and a clear hands-on reflection of what's happening from the virus in terms of the spread. But as you see, the numbers are extremely positive, as you see every day in Abu Dhabi in terms of the infections and the cure as well. And I think we're expecting to normalize also oil prices going forward and the domestic, global and domestic demand to improve.
So I wanted to ask you here, we've seen in the past few years a consolidation drive in Abu Dhabi, where we see the mergers between banks and companies and so on. Do we expect this to continue this year? And should we at all anticipate some kind of cross-emirate combination between companies in Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
Well, to be honest with you, mergers and acquisitions are not always a negative thing, regardless COVID is there or no, or any crisis. I think entities look at optimization, not only from reducing costs, but also increasing productivity. And I think productivity is an important factor to the economic development, not only in Abu Dhabi, but also in UAE in general. The different mergers that happened the last year and the year before, I think it's a testament of the market is growing. I think we need to be more focused on what we do. I believe it is a positive, and we will always support any mergers and acquisitions that actually gives the positive effect in our economic growth and the contribution to our non-oil GDP in Abu Dhabi.
So which companies do you think could be prime targets for a possible combination?
Well, I believe a lot of the private sector now are talking either from Abu Dhabi side or even federal side. I believe the consumer sector is something that it is very ripe, and in addition to technology development, I believe the space is open. We as a government, we will always support, provided it doesn't have any problems from a competition point of view, because we as a Department of Economic Development look also at the consumer protection and as a competition agency as well. If it will add value to the economy, we will support it.
We've seen Saudi Arabia go ahead and increase VAT from 5% to 15%. Now the UAE came out and said that they don't plan any new changes right now. But should we expect further or increased taxation at some point in the UAE? Is that something being studied?
I think the current system in place, either in the federal or the local, is intact. There are no studies being developed now looking at different fees or taxation. On the contrary, we are actually looking at reducing a number of fees and aligning them with the international standards to be more easy, business friendly, and to attract and be more competitive from Abu Dhabi point of view, rather than making it an area which is only looking at revenue.
So can you tell us a little bit what fees are you targeting, or a little bit of details on this?
Well, we've already mapped what are the fees that are being paid by the private sector and the companies and the corporations in Abu Dhabi. And we're looking at what are the plans going forward? What are the areas that Abu Dhabi is really going to focus on in terms of clusters and sectors? And we're actually looking at the 2025 and 2030 economic plans. If we are going to implement these plans, what is the advantage to the Abu Dhabi economy in terms of diversification? And this is probably one of the most important areas that we are looking at, reducing the contribution of our oil GDP in Abu Dhabi by diversifying into other areas and doubling down on sectors and clusters that we believe going forward is the area that Abu Dhabi needs to focus on. So this is in general what we are looking at. And obviously one of the most important things is the competitiveness. Being competitive is not only reducing fees, but being competitive is having the right livability aspect of people coming, living, educating, and actually retiring in Abu Dhabi. It's not only the nationals, but we're also looking how to attract high-skilled number of people in Abu Dhabi. And I think this is a testament that Abu Dhabi is still continuing and developing its economy going forward.